All over the internet, you can find the recommendation to go no contact with an ex after a breakup. At the same time, for many people, that's not possible. They might share children with their ex, friends, projects, assets. They might be in the same industry and not be able to just cut ties. They might live in the same neighborhood or town and frequent the same locations. In this video, I'll talk about how you can navigate your breakup if you can't go no contact so that you can heal fully nevertheless, so stay tuned. I'd like to start out by briefly explaining why it's helpful to go no contact in the first place. And this also kind of touches upon the question, why can't we just transition into being friends? In general, there is no universal rule that applies to everyone, whether or not it's a good idea to try to be friends with an ex. It depends on the two individuals, the nature of their relationship, and the breakup. It is a good idea to approach it with caution and think it through, though, because it does come with costs and risks. But even if remaining friends is a goal that you would like to pursue, it is helpful to go no contact for a while at first as well. The benefits of going no contact. After a breakup, your inner world needs to recalibrate to a new reality, a reality that has changed in a profound way. On a romantic level, I'm not together with this person anymore. And because our lives intertwine so deeply and in an encompassing way when we're together romantically, it takes time and intentional action to heal and recalibrate after a breakup. You can't just flip a switch from one day to the next or install a new program to reprogram your inner world to friend or single mode. Your inner world needs time and space to heal without getting interrupted or confused or, in the worst case, even manipulated by an ex. Going no contact helps stabilize your emotions and create space to understand what happened and rediscover yourself outside of this relationship. No contact also frees you of the emotional influence of your ex and helps reduce rumination about what your ex is doing or thinking. In the space of no contact, it's also easier to develop the necessary acceptance of the finality of the breakup and to stop hoping for a shared future in an unhealthy way, and it helps avoid relapses. If no contact isn't possible, go minimal contact. If you can't go no contact, you can still implement it as a helpful principle as much as you can. Let's call it minimal contact. You can start out by creating boundaries around your contact so it's as minimal as possible. This means setting boundaries around how and when you'll communicate so that you can both control and influence it sufficiently. It also means sorting through communication topics and defining what you'll still be discussing, like anything concerning co-parenting. And then also setting aside topics that you won't be talking about any longer, like details of your personal lives, revisiting your romantic relationship, or eventually other new romantic relationships. Next, minimize exposing yourself to your ex on social media, especially if you tend to compare your life to theirs or shame yourself after having seen their profile. Remember, what you see on social media are very selected glimpses into what's going on in their life. And if it brings you down, stay away from it. If possible, unfollow or mute your ex's profile. Then prepare and write down something like a mission statement for the continued interactions with your ex. What's the nature of your relationship now, and what's a good word for it? Co-parents, colleagues, business partners, neighbors? What's the goal of these continued interactions, and how do you want to move through them? Visualize how you want to act and respond to your ex. Visualize the mental and emotional state you'd like to guide yourself to be in during these interactions. This could sound like, after having been a couple for 18 years, we've now become co-parents. The goal of our continued contact and interactions is to continue raising our wonderful children. I want to continue being a supportive, loving, emotionally attuned, and available parent. The goal of our interactions is to exchange information that's relevant to our children. During our interactions, I aim to be calm, goal-focused, and emotionally detached from validation from my ex or a deeper emotional connection to my ex. Also, write down any affirmations, mindfulness, breathing, or grounding exercises that can help you be in the state that you want to be in during the interactions. And then read this mission statement before every interaction. Remember, your closure and healing will come from within, and the supportive network of other relationships, but not from ongoing discussions with your ex or attempts at deeper emotional contact with your ex. Also, make sure to be present in your interactions as someone who co-creates them. Don't fall into a passive role and allow your ex to steer the conversation all by themselves, especially if they might try to rope you into unhelpful discussions. This doesn't mean you have to be unfriendly or unpleasantly dominant. It's about friendly assertion and mindful presence to steer the conversation away from off-limit or unhelpful topics and back onto the intended topic. It also helps to keep your interactions short, especially at the beginning, to avoid emotional overload. And if you anticipate difficult comments or statements from your ex, prepare for those. Write down short, constructive answers you can use so that you don't have to come up with them spontaneously on the spot. If you tend to overthink things, then also stop yourself with this preparation at some point. It's most helpful if it's in the sweet spot of having thought it through and prepared, and then having returned your focus onto other things that matter to you. And of course, like with any breakup, no matter if you go no contact or minimal contact, that's only part of the process. The other part is using the space that you've created to heal. That means surrounding yourself by positive influences, mentally, socially, emotionally, leaning on the support of others, professionals, friends, support groups, taking care of your physical health as well, since that'll strengthen your resilience, paying attention to your nutrition, exercise, and sleep, creating and building healthy habits like walks, hobbies, meditation. Remember that it's natural for breakups to be painful, and avoiding, numbing, or denying this pain through dysfunctional coping mechanisms won't help you. Allow yourself to feel your emotions while simultaneously taking good care of yourself. The emotional intensity will decrease as you stay with minimal contact to emotionally detach, and as you continuously surround yourself, expose yourself to positive influences. Some days will be harder than others. That's also natural. Healing often comes in waves. The bigger the wave, the greater the necessity to be kind to yourself. If you feel some resistance now towards this idea of going minimal contact, take a moment to listen in and understand where this resistance is coming from. Often it comes from wanting to continue or save the relationship, from not wanting to accept the finality of the breakup, from wanting to maintain hope. Ask yourself if the resistance has any helpful aspect or logic to it. Does it really make sense when you think about it from your inner adult and self-leader? Or is there something that still needs to be done before you can let go of this resistance? If not, then gently guide yourself to make the resolve to go minimal contact. It's a way of helping yourself overcome this residual resistance and not wanting to let go. It's an important step on your journey of caring for and supporting yourself after this breakup and emotionally detaching from your ex. All the best, take care. And remember, if you can't go no contact, you can take it as a principle and mold it to fit your life circumstances under the header of minimal contact.